Hi, I'm Jen Perry, and I am with River Valley Regeneratives, and I am joined by my partner, John. We're going to be collecting food scraps in the town of Chesterfield, thanks to a very generous donor in your community out in Auger Lake. So we thought we would introduce ourselves and the process that's going to be happening. So the town will be hosting a couple of our food scrap bins, which look like this, which I am washing right now. And the bins will be placed at your transfer station. You can go to the transfer station and bring your food scraps to our bin. You put them in there, bringing your own buckets, and then we will come and take your food scraps away to our compost pile. So the things that we take in our bins are anything edible that you have eaten, that maybe got rotten, so any kind of a food product. So that could be dairy, meat, bones, fruit skins, anything that was organic and living at one point in time, banana peels. What we don't accept is any sort of cat litter, dog litter, poop, anything like that. Yard waste, we do not accept that. If you have a large supply of brush, get in touch with us and we can maybe have a conversation. We do not take any sort of paper products at this point in time. So coffee filters, if you could pull those out. It really helps us out if you've got stickers and rubber bands or twist ties, anything that you think that belongs in the garbage. If you can keep those out, that would be helpful as well. That means plastic bags. At this point in time, we also don't take anything that is certified compostable. That may change in the future, and we will certainly let you know when that happens. But right now, just sort of any sort of food products. So, what I forgot, John?
Tea bags.
Tea bags, yes. Sadly, a lot of tea bags are actually made out of plastic. So, and the reason that we say this is because when John and I are very committed to making the absolute best and healthiest compost that we can. And there are a lot of chemicals that are in those products that when they go through the composting process, they break down and they contaminate the compost. And we don't want to do that to you or our soil or ourselves. So that's what we accept. Here's the bin. So you just jump your stuff in. If it comes in a plastic bag or a paper bag, we ask that you pull that out, please. And you shut the lid and you go away. Your bins will probably have something like this on top. That's going to help keep critters out. If there is a hasp on it and a carabiner, we ask that you just hook it back up when you're done with it. So we can maybe put that there. And then. All right, so we just thought we would give you an example of the kinds of buckets that you might be able to use. Lots of people bring, we have a free drop-off site here in Redford, so if that's something you want to, if you're ever in our area, that's something you're welcome to participate in. But these are buckets that we provide for our local free drop-off. We like to support our community however and whenever we can, so we do offer free drop-offs here. This is a simple 5-gallon bucket, and you can buy these. This lid we got through Uline because we bought a bunch of them, but you can buy lids like this from Lowe's for just a couple of dollars, and the buckets for just a couple of dollars also. And then you can line them with something if you want, keeping the stuff out of the inside. We don't do liners because we like to keep it as simple as possible, but we just wash the bucket after. A little bit of Dawn dish soap or baking soda. If you do find your buckets get some odor to them, we'll take care of that quite simply. But again, if you use some sort of a liner, just make sure that liner does not end up in our compost bin. So. John and I thought it would be really helpful so that you understand a little bit about our business. We are in lovely downtown Redford, New York. That is where all the magic happens. We have a composting site here. John is also a very talented mechanic, so we've got his shop there. And as we go over to look at the compost, you'll see I also grow and sell vegetables. So and soon to come, hopefully we'll be having different berries and nut crops up on the side of the hill. So just wanted to walk you through what it is that we do and what's involved in having a community composting business up here in the North Country. This is our newest addition. It is a how old is this? 20-year-old?
2001.
2001 box truck, which changed our lives significantly. It comes with a lift gate down here. Before that, we used this lovely trailer, and I can show you the other trailer that we used after. So we wheel your bins onto the lift gate and they go up and we roll them into the back of the box truck, and that's pretty much the gist of it. So your bins are not the only ones we're collecting. We try to collect from other areas. We're in Peru, other places in Keysville and Plattsburgh and other surrounding areas. And the cool part about this truck is that if you look in the, I don't know if you can see this, but in the upper corner is a system that will allow us to run our truck on vegetable oil, which also we are collecting from local restaurants. So John and I are very committed to keeping things as circular as possible, and that's a really important thing for us. So this is a diesel engine that will be powered on French fry oil. So we're really excited about that. Okay, I'm gonna take a little walk with you and show you our compost pile. So one of the last things we want to show you is what happens to your stinky, rotten, gross, smelly, slimy food scrap. So we could probably do 4 hours of video just about the composting process. So if you're interested in learning more about that, reach out anytime and we will happily geek out on composting. But what happens is we mix your food scraps with wood chips that are usually locally sourced as well. And we provide them water and aeration, and in a couple of months, basically, we end up with this. And this is what, this is almost finished compost, and we can explain to you why it's almost finished. But as you can see, no food scraps whatsoever. That part breaks down really fast. So, and it smells beautiful and rich, and it smells like earth. There's a lot of magic. This is not soil, to be clear. Compost is its own special thing. That can be mixed in with amended with soil, and we do sell this usually mostly in the spring, but we also will probably be selling some in the fall. So if you look down, this is a part of what we've composted. What do you figure? This is like about how many months worth of food scraps do we have here, do you think?
4.
4 months worth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if we come down to down here, we're going to show you. So what happens is when you give the food scraps all the things that they need, including carbon and nitrogen as well, they start to heat up. So all of this that you're seeing right here has gone through a thermophilic process, which is a high temperature process. That's where all the pasteurization happens. Bad bacteria get pasteurized and some chemicals get pasteurized. So this pile is now in secondary decomposition phase, which means that the temperatures are in a mesophilic or kind of a medium range, and this takes much longer. This can take up to anywhere from 6 to 8 months for the final curing process to happen. But if you look at this thermometer here, we can see that the dial here is in the green, which means that we are still in the secondary phase of composting. And this right here is a compost cover that it's breathable, and we put it on top of our compost piles at this point to kind of control the moisture and keep weed seeds out and things like that. And you can see actually sometimes though, a tomato plant makes it through, but we let it survive. So the last thing we want to show you is then what is the full circle. So we're River Valley Regenerative, so we're not just composting. Again, we really like to do the full circle. So we have over here this, again, we talked about that we grow and sell vegetables. So here is a greenhouse that we have, and we're gradually reclaiming this land. We are standing in a parking lot, former parking lot, lots of damage done to the soil compaction, and we're going to be taking a number of years to be building up our soil. This is a greenhouse that we just built that we're going to be growing starter plants in, and then once those starter plants become bigger vegetables, they go into the greenhouse, and then as we are going up the hill, we're slowly terracing up the hill, and again restoring this back to its original state of a farm, which it was here about 100 years ago. So that's what we have to say for you for today. Again, anytime, our number and contact information will be on the bins at the Chesterfield transfer station. If you ever have questions, you want to come see our site, meet up with us, we're more than happy to do so. We do also do residential and on-site collection, so for a fee, if that's something you'd like to hear about, we'd be more than happy to share more. Thank you for your participation.